Bonjour and welcome or welcome back. My name is Claude and today, Sagittarius, I'm going to be doing your April tarot reading. So I hope you're doing well. Now, as per usual, you've got the major arcana here for the main energy of the month, the court cards here, so that we may see how you're advised to show up this month, and the minor arcana to clarify the message. Now please do bear in mind those are general readings, they cannot resonate with everybody. Take what resonates and just drop the rest. If the message doesn't speak to you, or if you would like a more comprehensive picture, do check your moon, Venus and rising signs. Now what do we have from Aquarians this month? What's the energy? You have Judgment. I believe you're the only sign, I think I've got one more to do, but you're the only sign who has this energy, who had this energy for the month. I will go in depth into the meaning when I have drawn all of the cards. Let's see what else we got for you. And you're advised to show up as the Knight of Pentacles, which is the same as for, I think it was Scorpio, who had the Knight of Pentacles as their advice. Okay, clarify the energy, please. So we begin with the Six of Swords. We then have the Ten of Swords. Nice progression here through the suit. And the Three of Wands. Sorry, you just heard my little Odin next to me yawning. You then have the Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Again, progression through the suit. And the Four of Wands, lovely. And you have progression here from the 3 to the 4. There's going to be movement for you. Okay, so bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work around you that you may not be aware of, you have the beautiful Ace of Wands. How I love to see this card at the bottom of the deck. That's amazing. Okay, so let's start with your energy. And by the way, you've got 3 cards of Wands energy, which is fire energy, which is your energy. So it's an energy that you're going to be familiar with. So Judgment. Okay, so obviously you know there's layers to the cards, but we have 2 karma cards in the tarot, and it's Justice and Judgment. So Judgment really can mean literally like a report card, looking at a situation, a relationship, a person, whatever this is, your life, generally speaking, and evaluating it. You know, deciding, you know, is it good, isn't it? If it's not, what do I need to do to make it better? It can also talk about a deep, intense transformation, you know, being called to transform, some kind of serious growth, spiritually or emotionally or even mentally. It can be that kind of energy too. It's a transformative energy, and it is one away from completing the cycle with the world. It's like a wake-up call, and if you look at the skeleton in the coffin, this is really yeah, waking up, rising, and obviously being looked over by his ancestors. But yes, it's that wake-up call energy, transformative energy. And I believe this is around you because you have, and you may not be aware of, the Ace of Wands supporting you. Now I love aces because they are the origin of the suit and they represent unlimited potential, which is why I love them. They're full of promises. The Ace of Wands is to do with passion, desires, what your heart and soul truly desires, you know, what ignites you at the core. As I said, it's fire energy. So the Ace of Wands can be an adventure, a project that really excites you, that you're thinking, oh yes, I can get my teeth into this. It can be a creative outburst, something that you want to manifest creatively. It can also represent a very passionate, steamy relationship whatever the case may be, you know, like starting a brand new business, starting your YouTube channel, starting an Etsy shop, starting a brand new hobby. It's just something that just brings you intense excitement deep within your core. And when we have this type of energy around us, well, yeah, we do have a wake-up call, we do assess our life, look back. It's transformational, you know, it has this effect on us. It's very profound, which is why I love the energy of the aces, just generally speaking. And the cards are advising you to look at this as the Knight of Pentacles would. Now, firstly, these are general readings, so obviously no genders attached. Secondly, I do not presume to tell you how to live your life, okay? I'm just reading the energies. And remember that the thoughts that you choose to nourish will have an effect on the outcome, just as much as, you know, the actions that you take. So the Knights represents taking action, movement forward, which obviously is very good energy. And Pentacles represent your physical world. So this is your home life, and this is your work life. So it can be anything from, you know, your house, your flat, relocation, to careers, financial assets, courses, studying, all of that. But the Knight of Pentacles is the reliable energy. It is earth energy, so it's the slowest type of energy. But if you want something done and you want to make sure it gets done, you give it to the Knight of Pentacles, because he is practical, he has a goal in sight, and he is ready to put all of the time, effort and sweat in to get it done. If you look at this, this is the Knight who's stopped by brushes and is coming through the other end because he will not give up. He will take his time if he needs to, he will plan all of the steps, but he will see this through. So this is talking about being practical in your outlook on whatever it is you're facing. It talks about having your resources lined up as well. It talks about being determined, being ready to put effort, hard, you know, sweat, time, and having your goal clearly in your sight, which is what the advice is here, really. Not doubting it, just knowing, okay, it may not happen overnight, but I'm in it for the long run, and I'm going to make sure that things are going to move forward. This is not a Knight who's just going to sit and let it happen, okay? He's going for it. He's just going at it from a pragmatic, systematic approach, is what I'm hearing. Now, in the near past, you have the Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Now, sixes represent harmony after having overcome a challenge or a change in your life. So it's always a beautiful energy to have. You obviously had something to overcome, whatever the challenge or the difficulty was, but you've learned your lesson, because swords is the mental realm. It's your thoughts, your knowledge, your ideas, truth and communication. And the Six of Swords talks about really having overcome a problem and having learned from it, because it's always depicted in a Rider-Waite's deck or style of deck with the swords with you and going towards the light. So it's really breaking through a problem, seeing things more optimistically, and having learned that. And this is supported by the Six of Pentacles. As I've explained with the Pentacles, this is the physical world. Now this is the perfect balance between stability and movement. It's the equilibrium between giving and receiving. So a lot of wisdom has been acquired, and harmonies come back after some challenges and difficult time. And because of this, you are able to close a cycle with the Ten of Swords. Because 10 is completion in any suits. And Swords, as I explained, is the mental realm. So you're moving from the Six of Swords, having learned your lesson, to the 10 of Swords, which is releasing, the final release. Because the Ten of Swords, and it can be painful because, you know, the swords, they cut. That's why it's associated with the swords. It's air energy. The Ten of Swords talks about being tired, because, you know, mental anxiety, worry, mental conflicts, all of that, it drains our energy. So it talks about being tired, but accepting things, limitations, whatever this is, or even truths that have been unearthed, accepting them for what they are and releasing them. Because you know it no longer serves you, because you know what's done, it's done, and it is total acceptance. That's what the Ten of Swords is. And it is liberating, okay? You've got a lot of blossoming flowers. And as I said, okay, it may be uncomfortable at first, but it really frees you up. And this is coming with the support of the Seven of Pentacles. So from the perfect equilibrium that's come back into your life, you then assess your life, because 7 is experience, it's self-evaluation. And the Seven of Pentacles really is looking at something and thinking, okay, was this situation, relationship, job, whatever, was it worth the amount of time, effort, mental energy, sweat that I gave it? Was it, was the juice worth the squeeze, basically? There is also an element of patience in this card, saying, okay, I have brought back harmony in my life, and it's going to take time for me to get to the Ten of Pentacles, which is really having it all. But am I happy with where I'm at, basically? And this is what is going to help you release what no longer serves you and accept whatever needed to be accepted, and then move on. So it's a beautiful energy. It's a very it's a growth energy for you, which I think is beautiful. It's a transformation. I did say with the Judgment card here that you have a transformational time coming up. It's a wake-up call. And then you get the 3 and the 4 of Wands. I love this because it's progression. So you have the Ace of Wands supporting you, then you go 3 and 4. It's also your energy because you're fire. And the 3 is growth, expansion, creation. And Wands, as I explained, is what really your heart and soul yearn for. And the 3 of Wands talks about having seen the beginning of progress, the beginning of growth. If you're trying to grow something, if we're talking business, career, progress if we're talking about relationship, relocation, hobbies that you started, whatever this is that you've got your heart and soul set on, this is the beginning of seeing it grow, take shape, with a clear direction. And this is going to land you into something to celebrate, because the 4, from the growth, you get into the stability, the strong foundation. This is the growth of the strong foundation of this beautiful Ace of Wands, which is that, exciting adventure, project, offer, relationship that's in the air. So the 4 of Wands is having achieved a landmark. Things have grown, you've seen growth, and there's something to celebrate, something to be proud of, something to share with people, because you are now at a stable level. Sometimes it represents marriage. I'm not saying it's going to be that for all of you, but if we're talking about a relationship here, after closing out that cycle, assessing your life, this could be you deciding you're ready to commit, for instance. This could be you decided it's time for you to drop your other job and just work on your side hustle, if we're talking about a brand new business, something else, because you've seen the growth, it started to provide for you, so you can be successful. If we're talking studies, you can see that you're doing well on your course, you've had some results back, everything's going well, you can see that actually this is going to be opening doors for you and give you a much better career, for instance. So if we're talking about relocation, because the 6 of Swords can talk literally of traveling. If we're talking about this is your offer being accepted on a new place to live somewhere else, and you've got the stability, the foundation now for your brand new life, which is another landmark. So take what resonates, but this is such a positive reading. I'm really excited for you. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey for the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped you in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I wish you a fantastic April month, which it looks it's going to be like that. And I hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.